Check me out.
Check me out.
I am so cool.
Check me out. I do wish I had my water with me if that was anything.
Yeah. I'm getting over being sick, so it's kind of like I get very parched very easily, so it's like
Yeah, well, I am a water boy these days. You know, no Adam Sandler.
fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Hey, I'm doing good. But I should be asking you, how are you doing? Because you got sick all of a sudden.
I'm sorry.
Coincidentally.
Okay? Well, okay. No, Listen here, motherfucker.
First, before we start, Happy Loud New Year, everybody. It is Loud New Year. I'll keep the chain out for today.
Nice.
Satu 3 times. We have the shrine right. Oh, they're downstairs right now. So what we do is with the shrine or with the little Buddha statues, well, toot, right like this. It's gonna be tough for you here, right? I mean, keep it on you, and I'll show you. So toot, so pray, and then go down as if you're sitting down onto the floor. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And then you can say your wishes. And then when you're done with your wishes, we don't have enough time for that, but you'll do it 3 times again.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Happy
Loud New Year,
Yeah.
everyone. It's 3 days because Lao schedule is actually, or the Lao calendar is actually different.
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
I couldn't tell you why. I don't even know why. I don't even know what it is. Every year I forget what days the Lao New Year is. I just know it's in April, and then at some point my dad tells me to bring the statues down so we can do it. And I'm like, oh, I guess it's New Year's. Because it changes every year.
Yeah, it does get really weird when you're trying to like keep up with what it's supposed to be, and then it's just like, meh.
Yeah. So anyways, it's 106, Zach. Throw an intro, and then we can talk about why you're sick.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Uneducation Station podcast. My name is Zach, and of course, I'm here with my buddy Arthur.
Hello, Arthur.
Hello.
Hello.
That was really convenient because the song changed, and then we just went.
Well, that's why I did it, Zach.
Oh, I see.
Come on now.
I see.
You have to say it. Come on.
Jeez.
You know, I don't like talking about magical post-production. Zach, why can't you read my thoughts, Zach? How dare you?
I wish I could. So anyways, I've been sick for the last couple days. I actually missed, so I had to go home early from work on Monday, and then I ended up missing work on Tuesday, and then I've just been trying to like stick it out a little bit for the last couple days. And it's been really weird because it was like all in my head, and I was just really congested. And then I just started like having a really bad cough, and I was like losing my voice. And like, yeah, yesterday we were supposed to shoot, and I was like, bro, I don't know if I can sit and have a conversation for an hour.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm glad you're better. But Zach, you can't keep getting sick every week. This is a problem, Zach.
I know.
It is time to get better, Zach. Just get better. Stop being sick. Don't do
gooder.
it. Just don't do it, Zach.
I've been good about it for a while, and then there's just been some weird shenanigans. But anyways, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. A lot has changed in the studio. Not anything that anybody else can see, but maybe, I mean, technically things have changed as far as like the way the set looks. But you know, that's just me playing around with lighting things and playing around with bounce lighting now, which looks a little bit better if we're working with a darker light. I mean, it's like how much light is actually being bounced on a ceiling that isn't even white? Not that much, but I mean, I like how like last episode was a really good example of how of this idea of what I was thinking. So now we're just kind of episode by episode figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now, and I'm really excited because it looks really good. I love lighting, but it's the dumbest thing. It's the funnest, but also the most infuriating thing to work with in when operating a shot.
Yeah.
So
it definitely makes it really interesting because you can drastically change the way that a shot looks just by changing the way that it's lit. And that's one of my favorite parts about like doing photography and video is that you can change so much with so little. Like we're using more light things, but there's not nearly as much light like hitting my face. And honestly, if anything, it just makes it way more comfortable to just be in here recording. But yeah, I like it.
It's a little cozier, I guess. Is the best way to say it. So, and the cozy is what I'm looking for. And if we can't if we can't do a double couch set yet, then we got to do what we can. So I'd say this is pretty good. I would say. Also, in other news, I don't remember how messy it was the last week when you were here, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then I rebuilt my computer and it got worse. So I don't know if I told you, because I said I changed my setup.
Yeah.
My gamer setup, which is a lot different than it was before.
I was so confused because the computer was normally on a little filing cabinet thing and it was gone, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I just don't have a computer anymore, Zach.
It disappeared.
I'm now Amish. It's on the floor now, so that's great. That's a fun time. It makes me sad a little bit in my heart, but since I'm now using my computer for functionality reasons, it's got to be what it's got to be, right?
Right.
So the computer's on the floor, but I decided to redo it. So now it's I have a different cooler. I upgraded the RAM. I changed the case, and I finally threw in the power supply that was sitting there for God knows how long. So yeah,
it became like a part of the room to an extent that I forgot that it was there.
Yeah, the problem is it's a big fucking box. So I was like, okay, I'm so glad. I mean, it's like here right now, but
yeah,
it's right here. You can't see it because framing is awesome. But
little table,
it's like a medium table. But actually, though, it's way cleaner now. I cleaned up this area too a bit more. So I just like having this L, but you can't see it anymore. You kind of used to be able to see it, but this L right here, I like having it just empty. It feels a lot nicer. I'm beginning to experiment with like I don't know what you would call it necessarily. I call it like a psychological thing where even though there is a lot of things on the surface, depending on the way you lay it out, you can make it seem like it's a lot more clean than it is. Like nobody can see it, but on this little L desk here, there's still a bunch of junk on it, specifically this plank. But I have it pushed to the corner a little bit and stacked onto it. The cables are stacked onto each other, and it feels like it's way more flat. And with the lighting that shines across, it looks pretty cool. And because it's a dark table, it just looks clean as fuck. Same thing with this table right here. I cleaned up everything, but it's still a lot of junk there. That table is still a little bit of a bit to be desired. But I've been having a lot of fun just cleaning the area. I mean, who doesn't like cleaning without being told to clean, right?
Right, yeah.
It's the greatest thing in the world because you're not being told to do it. You're doing it because it's 3 a.m. You're like, I got this fucking kick right now.
Yeah.
And I can't be satiated by playing video games or watching anime. I'm going to fucking clean my room. Happens like once every 2 months. So you got to capitalize on it.
Yeah. It's like once you get that momentum going, once it stops, it stops.
Oh,
and
Zach,
like
I took the Q-tip out. No dust in this room, Zach.
oh shit.
Like this. Q-tip, toothbrush. And spit.
Damn.
A lot of spit. But anyways, yeah, so I was rebuilding my computer. That's all fun. I recorded the whole process. It was a lot of fun. We ended up with some problems. Had to solve them. It's great times. So I'm
Great
excited.
storytelling.
Great
too.
storytelling. It's fantastic. So I'm excited to work on that. And all that to be said, now my computer is sitting on the floor, and I can talk about that another time. But for now, it's a lot more clear over there. And I changed, speaking of cleaning the room and everything, I basically ripped apart everything on my desk and then redid it. I basically redid my entire desk, other than the monitors, because I'm not moving those fucking things. But
Dude, those monitors are so heavy.
they're heavy, and also the mount is really bad. It's not bad, but it's like a cheap $20 mount. I should get a better mount, but fuck that. I don't want to deal with that because I have so many cables routed into. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to do that. And also, it's like I already have. I mean, it works. I don't fucking care. You know.
It's been like that for long enough to where it's kind of like
I've had that monitor arm probably since the couch was here. The couch that was sit right here on this corner.
Yeah.
That's how long I've had that single monitor arm. And then I just added another arm to it. So now it's like, can this poor pole even support two big ass monitors? I mean, it's done it so far. So
dude, I remember. It's so funny that you mentioned that because I remember when we built this desk.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was it this desk or
it was this? It was this desk. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So I remember when we were building this desk, and
was it this desk? No, I don't think it was the L. I don't think so.
No, because did you have a straight desk before this desk?
I had an L desk. I gave that to you.
Right.
And that's in your garage or wherever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat where I'm like, I really don't want to have to like unroute every single one of my cables and like do all of that kind of stuff just to.
Hey man, I'd be down to just spend a day and fuck it up with you, Zach. I'd be down.
That would be fun.
I love that shit. I mean, we both got to get in the mood for it.
Yeah.
Because like cable management is not just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do some cable. No, it's like, okay, let's do some cable management, and then you do it. But then when you do it, you get in the zone.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, how can I get this? Oh, I got to unplug this and get. So I also redid my cable management and everything. So I was like in a whole thing this entire week. So I ripped out a lot of things. It's a little bit more tame now.
Yeah.
A funny thing is I have my power surge, just double-sided tape to the bottom of the desk. A lot of people do that, right? Mm-hmm. But where it was mounted, it was centered, but it was really close to me. So if I like to sit kind of not quite crisscross, but I always have a leg up, like this, right? Oftentimes, and my foot can hit it, and it's so minutely frustrating. But I've just dealt with it. I've just lived with it,
bro. That's like one of those mildly infuriating things.
Because this desk is not that deep. It's like 24 inches, which is okay. It's average, but usually you kind of want like a 30-inch depth. So that way your monitors are further back, and you actually have room to put a desk mat, and it doesn't get fucking like you don't have to put things on top of it. It's clear real estate, but that's not that desk. So I kind of had to cheat a little bit. I have the desk pushed further out, and have the monitors pushed further back, because of the arm. So I'm kind of cheating a deeper look than it is, but it works. Power surge is relocated, and everything is more meticulously routed, and there's less things plugged in because I removed a lot of bullshit, and it just feels great. It feels more orderly, and I'm happy. This is the best it's been so far, and I haven't even finished cable managing yet, so I'm pretty stoked because I don't want to, I just did it. I don't want to, nail it down, and then I kind of need to change something, and then. That's just the woes of cable management. It's not. I said just take a day and slam it, but it's not take a day and slam it. It's take a couple days in different intervals. Take one day and do it like 75% and make sure everything works fine, and then another day to finish it off. That is how you cable manage the cable management.
Oh, what was I talking about earlier? Oh yeah, we were talking about the monitors and stuff.
Oh right, yeah.
And when we were building that desk, I was helping you kind of take everything off of the old desk, and then like, it's so funny because now you and I, how many desks have we built so far? Like 4.
What have we?
I think so. Yeah.
Are you sure? I thought that was the only desk we've built. Have we built another desk?
One desk right there.
Oh,
like the tables.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right.
What's up with us and building fucking tables? But yeah, I remember how much of a pain in the ass it was to get those monitors to be like safe.
Yeah, well, it's because this thing with cheap tables that you'll find very often is that the main support that they use is so they have their 4 little shitter legs, right? But the main support is a bar of metal connecting the legs on the sides of it, on the sides of the desk rather than the center of the desk, or like lower down on the desk. It's against the sides of the desk, all four sides. And that's a bad thing because if you try to mount things to the side of the desk, you're going to conflict with that middle bar.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do things like what we did for the monitor arms, just put a plank of wood to buffer the air that it's missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
For these, just recently, I had to do it as well for this mic arm, some other things I've mounted. There's a power surge that I needed more space, or I had air to fill. And guess what I used to fill it?
Oh God.
Cardboard.
Cardboard,
Zach.
that's horrifying.
Why is it horrifying, Zach?
Well,
Tell me why. Go ahead.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Because like cardboard can like smoosh,
Mm-hmm.
and over the course of time, I just fear that it would smoosh to the extent of like sadness.
No,
with-
I agree. Sure. Yeah. Here's the thing about cardboard. It is because it smooshes that it is a fun way to use as buffer. Because if you take, like, I've only literally used just, I have cardboard graveyard over there in the corner. So I've been just cutting bits of cardboard into pieces like this big, about, I don't know, like 3 inches by 1 inch or so,
Mm-hmm.
and just stacking them to each other and taping them. So they're bundles.
Oh, that's really smart, actually.
So it's just wood.
It's a brick.
It's a brick of paperish woodish paper.
Woodish, paperish wood.
Yeah, so that's what I've done, and it just works. And the way I have my mic arm right now, I've never been able to mount it to the very far corner because of the way that the bar is. It's hard to explain it because it makes no sense unless you look at it. So just know that the bar is weird because there's like a weird angle thing in the corner. So you can't really mount it because it's not flat, basically. The clamp, it needs to be flat.
Mm-hmm.
So you take cardboard, which can be bendy, and use it as a buffer, and you fucking tighten the shit super fucking hard, and now it just doesn't move. It is fucking stuck there.
Okay. See, when you explain it that way, it makes sense because the cardboard starts to kind of conform to whatever
it is malleable. Mm-hmm.
It conforms to the shape of whatever weird shenanigans you're trying to avoid, and then on the bottom side, it's flat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very nice. That actually makes a lot of sense. And I've had similar trials and tribulations with the way that my desks are.
See, I learned this because when I was working at the warehouse and we had to make pallets, we would use cardboard as fillers if there was air gaps. So part of the reason why I kept cardboard subconsciously, and now I'm finally putting it into use as filler things, air fillers, I guess.
Fillers.
Instead of like buying a whole like 2x4s, or not 2x4, it'd be kind of big, like a whole like 2x1 or whatever, and then cutting it into different pieces just to chunk it into little. I got malleable woodish paperish things. Cardboard. There you go. See, now there's a reason to not dump all your cardboard. Although I have dumped a lot of cardboard since the last time I came here, so it's a bit cleaner now.
Man, dude, I remember when the stack of boxes would go up to the shrine.
And that's not a great look. I definitely didn't want that to be there for Loud New Year's. That wouldn't be good.
It is really crazy to see just how much things have changed and how many things have been added and removed, and I mean, you know, I've been coming over here for off and on for what, like a decade,
Right.
and like we spent a lot of time in this room.
Yeah, I spend most of my time in this room, for better or for worse.
And now it's your office.
And now it is my office. Well, I mean, that was usually the reason, but you know.
Yeah.
Strapped in here, Zach, doing work,
doing things and stuff.
Yeah, it's a good space though. It's a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun recording videos. I'm super excited. I have so many just ideas written down for recording videos. So I'm excited for that. I'm
Dude,
excited to make videos again. I'm excited.
that makes me happy. And I'm also working on stuff.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Covers?
Maybe.
Lovely.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we talked about this probably in the last episode or one of the last episodes. We were just kind of sitting here chatting, and I was like, yeah, it's one of those things where I'll just crank out all of the recording just in one session and just like try to get as much of it done as I can while the dopamine is still running through my veins.
Yeah.
And then like,
so here's the thing that I've been really drilling myself about this whole video making process, because I keep it's a very basic rule that every single YouTuber that gives advice is gonna say. Just fucking do it, right?
don't let your
memes be dreams. Just fucking do it, because if you don't do it, then you don't do it, right?
Right.
It's as basic as that. I keep sitting here and I want to record videos. I want to do this and I want to do that, but I don't do it. And I say I'm going to do it, right? This is not a motivational speech. This is just me pumping into my brain that I have the capacity to make videos, but I just don't do them because I keep saying that I'm going to do it. Same thing with the second channel, right? Now I'm pushing shit into gear. I've recorded three videos now. I mean, there's still some extra shots, but in general, as far as the main story beats go, I've recorded 3 full videos. Yes, 3 full videos. I have a bunch of stream highlights. There's streams that I want to go through and do highlights for. I finally have the NAS, which is it was my excuse of what was holding me back because storage was getting really tight, but it was also the same thing as like, I was making an excuse to not make the NAS because I wanted to make the NAS, but I wasn't doing it. Oh God, I'm sorry. I wasn't doing it, but now I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it, right? So it was just this idea of just fucking do it. Shia LaBeouf told us to just do it. We just fucking do it. Because if you don't do it, then it doesn't get done, So whether it helps for you or not, whether you're making like a story time video or a cover, just sit down and fucking do it. And then once you start doing it, then you get, it's like cable managing, Zach. You don't want to fucking do it, but you can do it, and you kind of want to do it, but you really don't. You don't want to know. You don't know if you want to spend your time to do it. And you say, "Screw it, let's just do it." So you sit down and you do, or you commit yourself. I'm gonna do it, and then before you know it, the whole day has passed because you sat there just mindlessly, or rather not mindlessly, but you were just in the zone.
Yeah,
cable managing. Same thing with
and
making
listening
videos.
to anime music.
Listening to anime music. It's basically how this process was. Unless if I wasn't commentating, is that the right word? No, like talking, like doing a live vloggy style. Hey, what's up, guy? What's good, Anuki Nation? Like that type of bullshit, right? If I wasn't doing that, I have planned out monologue or is monologue? No, not monologue. That's not the right
voiceover.
Word. Yes, voiceover.
Yeah.
I have planned sections for voiceovers because just to get the flow going because. I enjoy that type of thing too. Kind of this hybrid of actual live talking and then also narration over, not a time lapse, but just shots, right? It also helps me to actually proceed because the longer I just sit there and plan shots and try and talk and then stutter and then redo it over and over again, I don't get shit done, right? So it's this combo of I say what I need to say. And then I kind of plan in my head the script of what I'm going to follow up with, and et cetera, maybe write it down. That will just be narration while I sit there and put my camera on a tripod that I don't have anymore, and then I actually sit down and work on my PC without talking, right? Work on the NAS without talking, because I can do that. And if I'm able to do that, I can do it in like less than a day, right? If I'm sitting there talking in front of a camera while I do it, it's gonna take like a week.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as just. Zach, when you are just home, just say screw it. Let me just take like 30 minutes and see if I can't get a take. This is no longer me saying, do what you got to do. This is me as your creative friend telling you to say fuck it. I have 30 minutes. I can either take a 30-minute shit or I can see if I can get a take. And if I don't get a take today, I didn't get a take today.
Well, then turns out I took a 30-minute shit.
No, you didn't. You held that shit in. Because you took that 30 minutes, you tried to get a take. You didn't get that take, that shit already regurgitated back into your stomach. And you'll shit it out later, probably like 3 in the morning when you wake up and you're like, I got the rumblies, and then you got to take a shit at 3 in the morning. Uncomfy as shit, turn on the bathroom lights. That type of shit. But it still felt good because
poop in the dark.
have you ever taken a dark poop?
I have taken a dark poop.
Do you usually go for the dark poop if it's late at night?
No, I mean, no, probably not.
Yeah, I turn on the lights.
But okay, going back, as much
Bloody
as
Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary,
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Ah!
Oh God!
Who needs laxatives when you have fear?
At least let me finish the shit. That type of thing. Anyways, proceed.
God, we go off the rails so fast. So one of the things that makes me really happy.
Sorry. I don't know if you saw it.
You didn't.
I'm gonna stop playing with this. Okay.
I was gonna say no. I'm gonna start playing with that. So I think one of the things that's really annoying is that I know that I have the equipment to make it good, and like I know that I have all of the pieces of the puzzle that would make it so that I can do something, or like I can, at the end of the day, after everything's said and done, I can make something that will be good. But for some reason, I just can't be bothered. But also, like, it's infuriating.
No, it's okay. That's a very human thing. I'm an anime guy, right?
Right.
I think I've established that pretty okay. I hope. I don't know if you can tell, but I've kind of established myself as quite the anime guy.
Right.
But I can't be fucking asked to watch anime anymore, Zach. I'm trying. I genuinely try, and I put time out for it, but it's so difficult to sit down and watch anime. Is it because I'm busy? I don't know. Or is it, I mean, I don't work anymore. I mean, I try and do this, but in general, only up until recently, I haven't really been doing it. So what do I do instead? Just say, I mean, I could watch anime, or I can go through my YouTube backlog, that type of thing. Or I can work out, or I can not watch anime. Read manga instead.
Clean my office.
Clean my office the whole day. That type of thing.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's everybody gets it. It's a very human thing. It's not necessarily procrastinating because I mean it is procrastinating. It's like the idea of you have an essay to write, so you clean your house instead. All right?
Yeah.
That type of thing. You're not necessarily procrastinating. You're being productive.
Right.
So I don't know if it's technically procrastinating. You're procrastinating the single task, but by not performing that single task, you're performing a different task of which you were procrastinating prior, which was cleaning your room.
Prior procrastination.
Right. So the new thing you're procrastinating is now being overshadowed by the thing you were procrastinating before.
Right. The previous procrastination.
Exactly. Right.
Alliteration.
Everybody does it, so it's fine. So I'm here to say, when we get home, Zach, when you get home, I don't know when you go to church. When you go to church.
Well, so we had a service this morning that I totally slept through because. But there's a bunch of people getting together at like 6 tonight. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. 6.
But I also want to go rock climbing.
You want to go rock climbing? Zach, we still have the movie to go watch. Is that still fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, you've seen my slow descent into madness.
Well, Zach, okay, Zach. This is not necessarily me telling you how to live your life, but as I continue to understand your schedule, I think you just overbook yourself.
Oh, I do. I definitely do.
Right, so just don't do that.
Yeah. When you put it that way.
You know what I mean? Just don't do it. See, before it was a joke of like, oh, you're I forgot what it was, but it was like, you're this or that. Just don't do that. Oh,
See,
you're sick, right? Just don't be sick. Duh. You know. Now this is something you can control,
Right.
because obviously you want to rock climb.
Right.
That's no issue because you really want to rock climb. Now, I don't know how these things go, but how important is it that you need to attend this church service? It can be. It's fine if you say it is.
Right. And it is. It is something that
Okay.
like I need to go to.
Okay,
Like,
gotcha.
Yeah.
And then we had the movie that we were planning tonight.
Yeah.
So if you really wanted to, you could have said, hey, Arthur, got a lot of shit going on. Let's just skip recording this week. And I would have been like, cool.
Yeah. I know. But it's one of those things that I am of the mindset of like, if I want to make it work, then I'll make it work. And like I've been making it work, and I've been like,
Have you been making it work?
I've been getting by.
You've been getting by.
Yeah.
Right. And then you got sick.
And then I got sick. And then everything's gone to shit.
Yes. And you get sick every single week. And you're like, oh, I wonder why I get sick. And then you overbook again. And then you slam rock stars to get through your day. Now I'm in a weird situation where I'm speaking outside of your circumstance because I don't have a fucking job right now.
Right.
But, I mean, I am trying to get back into a job, so that's good. Now that my computer's back, I've been trying to stream it more often. I need to figure everything out because I wiped my computer too. I don't know if I said that, but
Rest in peace.
I wiped it. So I have to reinstall everything, which is fine. It's all good. But, you know, while it may not be necessarily full-time work like you, it's quite a bit of busy work that's going to be entering my life. So I'm going to see if I can't still figure out how to incorporate trying to finally do filmmaking and stuff and do this whole video thing. So I get the idea of trying to make it work, but it's got to be like, okay, maybe today I don't go rock climbing, or maybe today I don't go to the church. I mean, I stopped going to the temple. It's Lao New Year's. Sorry, y'all, but stop going to the temple. Maybe today I don't go to work. Just kidding. We can't do that. But, you know,
Yeah.
But work is a control, right? Because you can't not show up unless you're a terrible employee, of which you should feel bad. So that's out of your control. So what else can we do?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have 30 minutes before work?
Yes.
Slam a golden hour take. Just one.
Yeah.
A singular one. While you're in your scrubs. Unless you dress down over there.
That would be fun. That would be that's actually a good idea. And yeah, I think you're totally right though. Like I am fully overbooking myself, making my days too busy, and like it's interesting because like that's all I've ever really known is just chaos, unhinged, always having something going on. And like it's hard for me to not have stuff going on. And so I end up in a situation like how today is, where I'm going from one place to another place to another place and whatever, and everything is just like in a pressure cooker. And I'm just hoping that it doesn't just fucking explode.
Right. And it's not very great.
No.
I mean, I've learned to value my free time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you have as well. But free time is something we can all have. There's no reason why we can't not have it. I mean, we see I think your parents are retired, right? But you remember a time where they're working their ass off just like the rest of the people, the humans in the world, right? But they still went out to eat, and they still, had time on the weekend to relax. So it's not impossible, even if you're working a 9 to 5. Right? It's not impossible. So we just got to figure out how to squeeze it in. I mean, I mentioned before that I'm writing my schedule down on my little teeny tiny cute notebook thing, and that's been wonders. Because I mean, I don't necessarily I mentioned before, I have this little tiny notebook, and I just kind of I jot down bullet points of, it's basically a to-do list, but it's not quite a time frame based agenda because I couldn't do that. That's too much. But I have my bullet points of my major points of what I need to do, so that way I can plan around it and figure out free time within it. That's all. And I'm able to do that. I mean, that works for me. Whether it works for you, I don't know. Maybe you are just like, all right, 9 to 10 is my free time. I play video games for 1 hour, and then I turn off.
You and I both know that I can't do that because we've been in that situation where I'm like, I need to go to bed soon because I work tomorrow. And then it's just like, nope.
Well, let's see. So we have a late, today, we have quite a late movie night, but I think I would consider that free time, right?
I would agree. For sure.
For today, this would be your free time, which means during this busy schedule today, you were able to fit free time. It's late, to be fair, but maybe that could have been shifted somewhere else.
Right.
But this is a 2.5 hour movie, 2 hour, 20-minute movie, I think.
Which we haven't talked about yet.
And we haven't talked about Suzume no something. Suzume. The new Makoto Shinkai movie, which we're going to watch, and then we'll probably talk about it next episode, which would be great.
It'll be fantastic.
Yes, we're going, not right after this, but later tonight. So that'd be awesome. Big movie. Everyone's super pumped. Everyone's been raving about it. So I'm super excited. But that's about a 2 hour, 20-minute movie, plus the previews or whatever, plus the drive there and back. Let's just say 3 hours. You found, Zach, 3 hours of free time today. In a day where you're driving to my house and back, and to the church and back, and rock climbing and back. So if we didn't go to the movies, that would have been 3 hours to slam at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 takes of Jivik. And then
you really want to see this happen, don't you?
Well, because you've been talking about it, and I've been talking about my shit too, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it, and I'm having so much fun. I'm having fun recording, and I'm having fun planning and scripting and everything. It's been so much fun. And I know if you sit down and do it, and you say, okay, let's do it, that you get over that hump, right? That hurdle, you're going to have a blast too. Because they're just like me and everyone and all of our friends, you like doing music. So you can probably, you finally go, fuck it. Okay, 1 hour. Okay, sit down. You start kicking your loop pedal. And then you check the time. Oh, fuck, it's been 6 hours. I know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it will pass by because you're going to have so much fun. And it'll be a great de-stressor. In this work life, or this work life, I guess, but there's a workload that you've dealt upon your shoulders. Playing music is a good copium, no?
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Sure.
I mean, I kind of stopped-ish, but I've been getting back into it as well, playing the piano, playing the guitar. I still haven't been able to fuck with the overdrive that Jackson gave me because of static problems and stuff, but I'm figuring that out. But I've been getting back into music as well, and that's been just, when I'm burnt out, I'm not going to watch fucking anime. I'm going to play music,
Right.
Or if I don't want to play music, I'll watch anime or read manga, right? So, hey, if that helps, hopefully that helps. But give her a go.
Just send it.
Send her, bud. You found 3 hours today, Zach. Granted, it's late, but you can move that around. Maybe it could just be 2 hours. You found a minimum of 2 to 3 hours. You found it.
I mean, also, I am working until 3 a.m. for the next 3 days. So, it's like...
So where can you find 2 hours? Is that before work?
Oh, yeah, before work, for
right.
Sure. So I just need to not be a lazy fuck and be like, okay, cool, I'm doing things.
Is rock climbing on the... No, not on the way to your work, no.
It's a little bit further south from my work, but it's pretty close.
What if you had your free time whenever you wake up in the morning or whatever, or I guess maybe not in the morning for you anymore right now, but whenever you wake up, and then you have your free time, you play some music, you play some video games or whatever the fuck, then you go rock climbing for an hour,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you might get sweaty, so that's up to you. And then on your way back, you go to work. And then after work, you go back home. Because you're
Watch
already
anime.
watch anime. Yeah, I mean, you're already locked. Let's just say for like I don't know how long, but let's just say you're locked to 1 hour for rock climbing, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So your time limit would just be, oh, I got to go to work. All right. A lot of people work out before they or exercise before they go to work because they, this is oftentimes there's a 9 to 5 job, so they wake up early, right? This is the people that would work out in the morning, right, before their 9 to 5, and there's like, okay, I worked out for an hour. I know that because I woke up at 6, or I woke up at 6 and brushed my teeth and shit, ate breakfast, and then I worked out or exercised, ran around the neighborhood or my treadmill or walked my dog or walked my neighbor's husband or whatever the fuck for an hour, and now it's 8, and now I got to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We can figure it out, Zach. We can do it. We can do it, Zach.
This is why I have people like you around, because you're like, I end up kind of spiraling sometimes where I'm like, oh God, there's so much going on. What am I like? What the fuck is going on? Like, and then you're like, it's fine. We're good. We'll figure it out. Everything, we're fine. Everything is awesome.
This is Zach. There's nothing more. You can't get better advice about stress than someone who's balding.
I don't think you're balding.
You want to see my balding? It's because I comb over like this. But if I push it back down, you take a peek, you can see the thinning. Maybe not right now, because I kind of fold it like this pretty well. But ask anybody in my family, and they're like, "What the fuck, Arthur?" I don't know. I have a lot of white hair. I'm balding. It's my life right now. But I don't care. Because
it shows wisdom.
I guess so. But it also just taught me maybe I should chill a little bit. And ever since then, I'm working out more. I changed my diet. That was like the biggest thing. Changed my diet. So, I don't know.
Yeah, trying to find a healthy balance between all of the things that you need to do and making it so that you don't feel like you're killing yourself while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like and that's not necessarily something that you would learn like in school. It's not like they'll sit down and be like, okay, so this is how you cope with stress.
Yeah.
It's more like, hey, there are all of these things that you need to get done, and you need to get them done by this point, and I'm not going to give you any indication on how you should do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just once the deadline hits, it needs to be on my desk. And then there's people like me where I would just like fuck around until like 2 days before it was due and be like, oh God, and be up for 72 hours working on said thing.
Okay, but there's a difference because that's school. Because
Right.
I did the same thing.
Right.
Because fuck school.
Yeah.
So but this time around, the essay deadline is a fun music project or a fun YouTube video project.
Right.
So you get to have more fun with it. Like I fucking hated doing homework, I hated doing honors English too. But you know what I love doing right now? Writing scripts and planning videos out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think of like making YouTube videos as like something that I dread doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
You just haven't found the time to do it.
yeah.
That's all.
And I haven't made the time to do it. And
Well, it's time to do it.
Just do it.
Do it. I mean, if you can get yourself into a more normal routine again,
Mm-hmm.
because if like having a 3 or getting off at 3 a.m. type thing is just not ideal for that scenario. But we talked about how time is relevant.
Yeah.
Whenever you wake, as long as you get the right amount of sleep, no matter what anybody tells you, you're going to be fine.
Right.
A lot of people work graveyard shifts and they're fine. The only reason why they're quote unquote not fine is because they're awake during the night, the dead of the night,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing is open and there's nothing is running.
Right.
That's the only reason why. And then you get tired during the day, because that's your 8 hour sleepy boy time. But that's when everybody wakes up, and then they think you're a lazy fuck because he's always sleeping during the day, and maybe he should change his routine. No, bitch. It's because my routine is fine. It's the same exact thing as yours is. It's just pushed 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We both wake up at the same exact time and sleep at the same exact time. I just do it 10 hours later than you. There's no difference.
Right.
So, I mean, whether you decide to stick, like, I don't know how, so does your schedule change often? Like, are you just fixed to get off at 3 a.m. or does it change?
At the moment, it's pretty consistent where I'm working 5 p.m. to 3 a.m.
5 p.m. to 3 p.m. 5 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Are you crashing as soon as you get back home?
No.
Okay. So if you're not crashing as soon as you get home, there you go. I mean, I know you probably can't be like too loud, right?
Yeah.
So maybe not the music thing. I don't know. It'd be like watch anime or something, or watch TV.
Finally get caught up on Attack on Titan.
Yes, or watch Bocchi the Rock, the greatest and the best anime of the previous winter season, or fall season rather. I wanted you to watch Oshinoko.
I know.
I know.
You did.
Okay, I know. I want you to watch a lot of things, Zach. I want you to watch Oshinoko so bad because I need to fucking explode in one of these episodes, and I need you to do it soon, or else, or I need you to do it in a timely manner, so that way, when we record Suzume episode, it doesn't get overshadowed by Oshinoko because I'm gonna lose my fucking mind over it. I just need to talk. I genuinely need to talk about it.
Is it going to be one of those things where it's going to turn into Bocchi the Rock where you just keep mentioning it until I watch it?
Okay, here's the thing. Oshinoko, I'm going to ask that you find it is the first episode is 90 minutes. So it's it is what it is. I mean, it's another movie night. We were able to find 3 hours, so hopefully you can find another hour and a half at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully, I mean, I'm not, again, never going to force you, but hopefully you can commit to it and say, hey, Oshinoko for an episode, or just the first episode at least the first episode. And then if you want to keep watching it, you keep watching it. But at least the first episode. That's all I'll ask for you. Bocchi the Rock, I was thinking about it. Let's just do a good old-fashioned watch party.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Let's just watch it together again like we used to. That'd be a good way. Because I want to rewatch it.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, so let's just slam some more Bocchi the or anime nights again like we did before. It's been a while, Do a little 3-episode bangers.
When was the last time?
Origaru, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or was there one after that? I think it was Origaru.
I don't think we watched Demon Slayer season 2 together, did we?
We did not watch. We watched season 1, not season 2. Did we watch season 1 after or before Origaru?
Before.
Before, okay. So
Yeah.
it was probably Origaru. That was the last one. But that was a long one, though. That was 3 seasons.
Bro, it was so good, though.
It was really good.
Now that I think about it, I've watched a lot of shows without you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Which is fun. That's great. That's music to my ears, Zach. That makes me happy. That's all I strive for.
I mean, yeah, you talked me into watching Violet Evergarden, which is still one of my favorate shows.
Oh, I still need to watch the movie in this.
Oh, fuck. I haven't watched the movie
I
either.
completely forgot about it. But I forgot about it, but just recently I thought about it again because I was listening to the soundtrack of it again. And I was like, fuck. Shit. Fuck, I should probably watch it. Oh, I don't know if I can, though. Because, one, it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should rewatch it again. But this would be like my 5th rewatch at this point. Because I mentioned before that I tried to watch it like 5 times before I finally ended up watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But I think I probably should. But regardless. Okay. So, Oshinoko, I mean, sometime after Suzume.
Yeah. Yeah.
One episode. One singular episode.
I will try my very best.
Hour and a half.
To make sure that I watch it before you and I film next.
Before
we film next.
Well, before it probably should be before. Oh God, maybe after, because that would be the Suzume episode. The next time we film.
Right. But it doesn't have to be like immediately after I watch the first episode or however much I watch, we make an episode on it.
Well, I don't know how much you're gonna watch it. So if you're gonna watch the first episode, I mean, I would love for you to keep watching it, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I don't know yet.
I'm not putting that against you. I'm just saying all I'm asking for you is one episode for now. That's why I'm saying as long as you watch one episode, I'd be down to talk about it oh God. As long as you watch one Oshinoko episode, I'd be down to record an Uned episode. No, I mean, not just an episode about it. We'll see, right? We'll see where the conversation goes. Because everything I want to talk about, I mean, honestly, because I read the manga. I fucking love Oshinoko. It's my current favorite ongoing manga right now, and is the biggest anime, or is one of the biggest manga right now, and one of the highest anticipated anime for a while. Exactly. I would say even more than Attack on Titan, Zach. Not necessarily because of the hype factor, but just because of the context of it and the content of it specifically. Or if not, I mean, maybe I've upset a bunch of people, but it's on par in the level of just anticipation, I guess, right? Completely different shows. So I'm not going to say one is better than the other. Haven't even watched Attack on Titan, but the anticipation is big. So there's that. Also, what was my point? Finding time? Oh no, making an episode. Making the episode, right?
Yeah.
Because the next time we're gonna record, which would be next week, would end up being the Suzume episode.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you watch Oshino Kozak, there's no way I'm gonna hold it in, and I'm just gonna say fuck Suzume. I'm gonna talk about Oshino Ko.
You're like, fuck this, man. This movie that we paid to go and see, that you paid to go and see.
No, Oshino Ko that we watched in the Jack Sparrow version of Crunchyroll.
That's so funny, bro. Okay, I remember. This is a little bit of a sidestep, and I apologize for being so easily distracted.
No, that's cool.
So I remember we watched Your Lie in April on like this really weird sketchy site.
I think so.
Or at least we started it on a really weird sketchy site, and then we ended up switching to either
Netflix, right? Or
Crunchyroll or Netflix or something like that.
I think you're right. If it wasn't Your Lie in April, it was one show, but I do remember, yeah. We switched over.
So I was just going through my bookmarks on Google, and I found that website, and I was like, "Oh my god,
yeah, it's good to have."
Yeah,
back pocket. Well, I think the website that we used before, I don't remember what it was exactly, but I don't know if it's still up.
I don't know either. I didn't even click the link. I just saw the little title of it. It said Your Lie in April, and I was like,
yeah. I mean, those type of sites come and go.
Mm-hmm.
There's one OG that's just stood the test of times. I'm not gonna publicly ever say it, but it's these days I try not to anyways. I don't even know the last time I've ever even ventured into these sites because I just don't really need to, right?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I'm established and I try and support as much as possible. Problem is,
you're like, I got Crunchyroll.
Yeah, but the problem is these streaming services are kind of losing it right now. Mm-hmm. So it's tough. It's tough to want to support when there's all these problems happening. So when you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do, That's all I'll say. But that's where we'll have to watch Oshinoko because it's not currently on the Crunchyroll. But that's okay.
On the Crunchyroll. Oh, you know what I just realized? Episode 2 of season 2 of Demon Slayer comes out today.
Yes, I was gonna watch it today, but
I feel moral bound. Like I feel like we both independently need to watch it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna watch it. I mentioned I'm having a hard time watching anime. I'll be watching Demon Slayer. Don't worry. That's the least I can. That's the least I will do because, well, everyone's watching it. So part of it is also just being part of everybody as well, right?
Yeah.
And also I read the manga. I read the manga. I finished it. So I am also personally invested into this season because this season is fucking awesome. And it has my 2 favorite Hashira.
Bro, I wanna keep the anime experience as like pure as possible by like not reading the manga, just because I know that there is gonna be some things that are different between the anime and the manga, and so I'm gonna do the nerdy thing and I'm gonna watch all of the anime all the way up until whenever they stop making episodes, and then I'm gonna read the manga.
Demon Slayer will probably finish. It'll for 1,000% finish the manga. I just don't know how they're gonna do it. They would have to make more movies just because of the way the manga is paced. I don't know. It would be weird to fit it into like a season base, but we'll see what they do. I wasn't even sure how the hell they were gonna do this season or this arc in a season. I don't even know what the fuck they're gonna do. This could be like a 2-episode, 3-episode season or whatever. I have no clue what the hell they're gonna do. Or they're gonna fucking juice it. I don't know, cause like I'm not gonna say nothing, obviously. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'm just not sure how they're gonna pace it. I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. Don't get me wrong. Most likely, just judging by just how Demon Slayer's been going, I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm just curious to see how they do it. So there's that. As far as the other anime go, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying, but Demon Slayer, Oshinoko are the two big ones I'm gonna be following. And then I'm going to try and watch other ones. There's this romance one called Yamada, or Level 99 Yamada. That one's really cute. I've been watching that one. That one's pretty good. It's kind of a shoujo. It's been a while since I watched a shoujo, so that's fun. The soundtrack is so much fun, too. I love the soundtrack for it. So
dude. Okay.
I'm digging it.
Sorry. I keep, like, remembering things.
Oh, yeah.
I
love when Zach talks.
The Bunny Girl Senpai movie.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking die.
It's
like,
gonna,
okay.
Oh, it's good. Woohoo.
So for the uninitiated, probably about a year and a half ago, Arthur and I did an episode on Bunny Girl Senpai, and it was 2 hours and 40 minutes of us going through every single arc of Bunny Girl Senpai, and I know that the name of the show sounds really dumb, but it's so fucking good. We got like 2 hours in, and then we realized, like, we hadn't even gotten to the movie yet. Like, there was a movie, and we hadn't even gotten there yet. So we have, like, absolutely nerded out to the highest degree about Bunny Girl Senpai. And Arthur, you sent me a link to a video that was the previews for the movie, and I just about
the new movie, yeah.
I just about shat my pants and cried at the same time.
No, it was even the trailer. I was like, oh God.
I was leaking from all orifices.
Every single thing. I was just liquid at that point. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's gonna be fucking fantastic.
It's gonna be so hard though.
It's gonna be hard, but we gotta do it, Zach. Gotta do it.
And I've been listening to a lot of the Bunny Girl Senpai music.
The word.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. So,
oh man, so many things that are
a lot of things going on. Listen, I'm excited to see where Zach's life takes from this point on. Whether he changes it drastically or whether he finds a way, I suppose, right? But find a way. I'm excited to see if you can, and I'm excited to see you have fun making content again, making music again.
I'm honestly,
if you ever want, I'd be down to, like, I don't know, if you need like the push on the back, I'd be down to just go over there. I could film it too.
True.
You know, let's just make a time and figure it out. You know.
I mean, or I could just bring my loop pedal here.
That's true. Yeah, it is true. But then what you would play it on that piano? I guess that would work. So is it like MIDI or
no? It's
USB?
Just no, it's quarter inch in, quarter inch out.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whatever the vibe is.
Yeah. I mean, I have this mixer, so I could just
true. You know, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
So you can do that. We can. What was it? So is that? Hopefully you can figure that out. Hopefully. You know what? I'm excited for Suzume, and we'll talk about that next episode. We're gonna go later tonight. That'll be a lot of fun. I don't know. I think that's about
bunch of cool, crazy shit going on.
Cool, crazy shit. Okay, listen. I'm going to get Zach to watch Oshinoko, and then we're finally going to get him to watch Bocchi the Rock, but we're going to watch together. So that way, you know, we can find time to do it, as well as, you know, have a blast doing it as well.
For sure.
And I think it'll be a lot. I think Boat to the Rock will be a lot more fun watching together because we can get some reactions going.
Yeah.
Oh man, God, no, I won't. I don't want to go any longer. But oh man, the amount of times I'm just watching by myself and I'm watching Boat to the Rock and I just fucking stand up and I'm getting fucking hyped.
Honestly, at this point, I feel like we just need to record it, like record reactions to it. And stuff.
I'll just keep OBS replay buffer going. That'll be hilarious.
That'd be funny as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, a lot of cool things are going on right now. A lot of crazy things are going on right now. But I'm excited to see what the next couple months have in store for us. It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, dude, it's really cool when even in the chaotic nature of life, you and I are able to get together and just chill out, just vibe, have a grand old time, give each other a hard time, but that's the fun of it.
Yes.
But anyways, thank you everybody for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, there's some buttons down there that you can click if you're not subscribed and you stayed here for this long. Go ahead and subscribe. Yeah, and we got some videos popping up right here. Honestly, I'm tempted to just put the Bunny Girl Senpai episode just for the meme.
No, that's such a fucking disaster episode.
For the meme, I have to.
Okay.
And then I'll let YouTube pick that one. But anyways, Arthur, do you have anything to say to the people?
Go watch Suzume and go watch Oshinoko. And if you ever want to talk about it, let me know because I'd love to talk about it as well.
And Boat to the Rock.
And Boat to the Rock. Okay, goodbye everybody.
Peace out, everybody.